Hello, Majestic Queen. Welcome to the Majestic Queen audio podcast. I am Dr. O. Today, I would like to discuss with you those personality traits that make you classy and sophisticated. I have a little story to share with you. I always wanted to be a classy and a sophisticated woman. So I did things, even though I come from humble beginnings, I did things to ensure that I would develop myself. I would do things like go out to the museum, concerts at the symphony hall, listening to classical music. Also, making sure I was an educated woman. And so, with education brings various opportunities, and you are really an explorer of life. You don't mind getting up, going to the libraries and delving into books that are classical, books that are modern day. And you definitely don't mind going to different states in the United States and out of the country to visit places so that you could get more of a cultural experience. We read about these places and these things in life because everything is in the textbook or on the internet or even social media. But it's nothing like going out to a certain place to get that cultural experience, because that cultural experience will open up your eyes. So these are the things that we do in order to become a more classy and a more sophisticated woman. Majestic Queen, I know that you are on the same path that I am on, or you wouldn't take the time to listen to this audio podcast. We will do things together, and as I venture out on my excursions, I will share with you the opportunity, because I love being a well-rounded woman. And I know that whether you're young, middle-aged, or older, you have your experiences that make you a well-rounded woman too. Now that's Majestic Queen. So let's look at some of these personality traits that will make you wonder, am I majestic enough in this category? And is it something that I need to do in order to work towards making myself a little more developed in certain areas of life? Now, an article that I ran across is 11 personality signs that show you're a classy and sophisticated person, even if you don't recognize it. Okay? So, even if you don't realize you're a sophisticated and a classy person, here are the personality traits that will let you know that indeed you are. Number 1, you have manners and you treat people with respect. That is so key. I think that the generation that have come after me and the generation to follow that generation are losing something as far as respect for themselves and respect for other people. Now, I'm quite sure somebody out there agrees with me. I just can't believe some of the things that I hear people say out of their mouths today, thinking that they are hip, you know, or they're part of a certain peer group, and they engage in these type of antics and behaviors. And I'm wondering, do you really know what respect for yourself is? See, I grew up in an era where people were trying to make it better for the African American people. And they stood on the lines, sacrificing their lives in order to make a better tomorrow for the next generation. What happened to all of that? Why did we lose it? And why in the world are we seeing so much gun violence in our streets among the young people who believe that they will not reach the age of 25? Really? This is so disheartening. There's not enough respect being shown. But Majestic Queen, I know that you are the type of person who display good manners and treat others with respect. Our next point is, and here we go again, another key point. I must speak on this. A Majestic Queen wardrobe reflects a sense of style. Let me repeat that. A Majestic Queen wardrobe shows respect and a sense of style. They are beyond the status quo. And the status quo I'm talking about today is the young people who walk the streets in a dress that is sheer and they don't have on a slip. Now, somebody may say, well, what is a slip? Young people, a slip is an undergarment that you wear so that people cannot see your body parts. That's a slip. And you know, they're dressing so provocative that I'm going to be direct. Their buttocks, their behind, their butt is outside of their clothing. And they think this is sexy. Okay? I'm going to say something to you. And I want you to understand. Because I know a Majestic Queen is not carrying herself in that particular way, that she feels the need to expose her body parts to get attention. Well, yes, you will get attention. A man will pay you attention. But is it going to be the right type of man? Is he going to use your body because you're over sexualized? Or is he just going to disregard you because he's thinking, you know, if she's dressed this way, is she carrying some type of disease? And do I really want to be bothered with a woman who would disrespect herself in public? Because if she disrespects herself, she's going to disrespect me. And will she be around my friends dressed that way, where my friends are looking at my woman's body parts? See, these are the things that a woman needs to consider when she's going to carry herself in a respectable manner. See, the man who pay attention and say, I'll take you out on a date, his mind is only focused on that one thing. He's not really interested in getting to know you. And more than likely, you're not the only one that he will be dating. Because see, a man wants a woman who is a reflection of him. Someone who's going to carry it with high honor. Someone he doesn't have to worry about whether or not his buddies can hit up on her, or family members can hit up on her. See, a lot of things are going on in the world today. Yes, family members are sharing women. Friends are sharing women. We have so much controversy on social media today as far as the Me Too movement is concerned. But you really have to stop and ask yourself, and don't think that I advocate any woman to be assaulted, to be disrespected, to be hurt in any manner. But you have to also look at yourself, queens, and say, can I do better so that I do not put myself in a position to be disrespected by any man, any person. No one will disrespect me because I am carrying it with respect for myself and for my body. You have to understand that your body is precious. Your body is your temple. Your body needs to carry you for a lifetime. Please be cognizant, be aware of this fact. We're going to move now to you appreciate fine arts, such as literature, music, and the visual arts. And so what that means is, once again, you're going out to the symphony hall, you're going out to museums, you're reading good literature, you're listening to various types of music, and you engage in things like going out to plays. That's the visual arts. So a woman who is sophisticated and classy indulge in this type of behaviors. Okay? Now, you can still go out to clubs and to lounges, but you have to be particular about the type that you want to visit. If all they're doing is backing that thing up, do you really want to be in that environment? That's a question you must ask yourself. The next thing is that a majestic queen enjoys refined taste in food and are willing to try out new foods in order to have a more classy and sophisticated way of eating. And it doesn't have to be expensive. Not only does this person enjoy nice restaurants, but also preparing nourishing dishes so that they can appreciate a nice meal and love what they are eating and love where they are eating. So the environment is also nice. A person who is sophisticated and classy, pay attention to time management. They are punctual. I don't care at what level of the social economic class you are. You could be the most wealthiest woman, But if you're disrespectful to people who are waiting on you, they will disregard you and wonder, why are they spending their precious time with someone who is not punctual? So there is importance to punctuality. The next point is, this person who is majestic, sophisticated, and classy is generous, considerate, and always thinking of others. They think beyond themselves. They are out in the world doing things that's helping the better good of society. They are lending their money and their contributions as far as time to worthy projects that's in the community, all with the idea that they are going to better society. They are not going to contribute to society by dressing naked and walking down the street or saying inappropriate things or being around people who are shooting up the world and the people in it. Oh no. A majestic queen doesn't do that. Engaging in drug selling behavior just to gain a new Gucci bag. Really? Really? No. That's not what a majestic queen will do. Trust me. Now, I'm one of these people who have some of these things. Gucci bag. Okay, Chanel. I don't have a lot of them, but I have at least one. Now, the thing about it is, I am willing to work to get the things I would like to have. But I'm also very budget conscious, and I know that I can't spend all of my money on a bag just to impress someone. I am going to be very, very cognizant of whether or not I can afford to buy these things. And so that's what helps to make me majestic. Now, although I think about myself and the things I would like to have, I also contribute to people who are less fortunate than myself. I contribute a small amount of my money. It's not a large amount because I'm not rich. And I contribute my time to help to improve the quality of life for other people. If you don't have money to contribute, you have time to make it a better world. Now, what makes you sophisticated and classy, majestic queen, is that you can engage in meaningful conversations based on a variety of topics. As I am trying to engage you, I am hoping that I am also developing you. And as I do so, we will talk about so many different topics, especially when the audio podcast develops more into a visual podcast. This is going to take some time. I am working that out as we speak so that we can exchange across StreamYard or some other streaming service. So this is really so that we can be more interactive and more engaging as we learn from each other. I don't want to be the person who's always bringing information to you. I want to grow and I want to develop through you. And hopefully this very womanly, majestic queen type of environment will help us to become better women. Now, here's something that's very key. We want our homes to be well organized, and if we can afford it, as elegantly decorated as possible. Now, I know this is going to take time because we are all working people. Some are rich who will hear this, and it may not take quite as much time. But just know, Queen, that you deserve precious things that you will take care of now. You won't let anybody destroy your precious things that it took you hard work to get. And as you get these nice things, you will know that you are helping yourself to live in the most comfortable environment that you can. Now, I mentioned this. I didn't read through this article because I don't want to speak verbatim from any article. I just use the article as talking points so that I can bring my experience to what we're talking about. So keep that in mind. So what's on the list for number 9 is that someone who is sophisticated, classy, and majestic is going to engage in personal development and continuous learning. Now, wasn't that what I've been talking about all this time? That we are going to do things that's going to better our learning and also engage us in many opportunities and possibilities. So, what they're saying is that learning doesn't stop. No, it doesn't. We need to do things to continue to self-improve. That growth, personal growth, is an endless journey. And the knowledge that we really get out there to experience is not just for material things, but it is for our personal growth. And these things bring interest to us as we explore these well thought out adventures that we will embark upon throughout life. Now, number 10, a majestic queen, one who is sophisticated and classy. Stay composed and grateful in challenging situations. We all know that life happens. And we all know that situations come in our path that's very challenging. Hopefully, we don't get too many of them. But when we do, we need to stay gracious throughout those challenging situations. We need to not pop off on people when we're angry. That takes a lot of work. Trust me, I know. We need to not be aggressive, but to be assertive, always considering other people. We need to say that life happens. So why me? Because life happens. That's why me. Life can happen to anyone. But instead of flipping out, then we should always, when people say things to us in a negative way, flip the script and say something in a positive manner to the individual. This will turn the conversation around. This will slow the other person down. And this will hopefully keep you from meeting this person again and having negative situations. Realize that your behavior is a lifelong choice. You also have certain actions and choices that you make throughout the day. Keep in mind that you want to present yourself in the most wonderful, kindest, compassionate way possible. This is what makes you majestic queen. We want to stay calm under pressure. We want to always think in a rational manner and not just with emotion. Now, We are to our one and final point. I'm sorry, I had to take a sip before getting to this final point. We need to value quality over quantity in our possessions. So what this means is you may not have a lot of money at the time, but you know you need a certain something. Save your money until you're able to get it. And once you save the money, buy something that's quality, something that's going to last you for a period of time. For example, the sofa that you see in front of you, I've had since 2006. Yes, I've had it all of this time. And as you look at it, you can see that it is in good shape because I take care of my things. And I try to buy something that's affordable but quality. So make sure that you're buying something that is quality so that it can last you for a long time. Because we don't have money to keep buying the same thing over and over and over again. Make sure that you are inviting people to your home who would respect your things just as well as you do. Please don't invite these people to your home if you know that they are rebel rousers and are likely to get into fights and tear things up. They're not going to pay for it once they do. Trust me. They're only going to apologize, and that is if you get that much. So, Majestic Queen, be sure that you are surrounding yourself with the company that is respectful of you, your position on life, and would like to keep it classy and sophisticated. With this being said, Queen, I've had a wonderful time exploring the article and bringing my life experience to the conversation to help you to understand how to be more sophisticated and more majestic. Now, this article was written and published on January 24th, 2024 by Adrian Volnick. And once again, the article title is 11 Personality Signs that show you're a classy and sophisticated person, even if you don't realize it or recognize it. Now I added or recognize it, okay? But it ends with realize it. So in your free time, because I am not reading verbatim to you this particular article or any article, I'm only using the article for talking points. But I still give credit to the author who took the time to write it, to educate us so that we can personally develop into more of a majestic queen. With that being said, be blessed, everybody.